Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Mega Sceptile in the Go Battle League with some practice battles in Level 40 Master League. Mega Sceptile was released during the whole start of raid day. It's really good. It's, in my opinion, it's solid. In my opinion, it has great moves. It's very glassy, but in my opinion, it can absolutely go to town. So hopping into the commentary here, Sceptile goes against an extra drill. Pretty good one, and then we can go easy go for Frenzy Plant, as this thing will hit hard. Megas hit hard so much, and that basically one shots it right there, and we easily take switch. Sceptile farming up to another, goes for another Dragon Claw right there. Really solid play. Mega Sceptile lands a Dragon Claw that is like over 45 to 50% health. Really good. We can just easily bring in our Zacian now. Zacian can tank any one move. Superpower, Dragon Claw, Outrage, Draco Meteor, anything. And they swap into the Metagross, and this will require some intense play right here. So we have to go for a close combat to do a little bit of chip damage right there. But we actually do get a shield, and can we outpace the Shadow Ball? And thank God we're carrying Shadow Ball on this, otherwise we would have been walled. Mewtwo can easily shield up a Meteor Mash, that's perfectly fine. And we can just easily go for a Side Strike bait, which is my only win con, because I know that if I go for a Shadow Ball, they can outpace me to another Meteor Mash. Granted, I still have a shield, but I just couldn't take the chance right there, and that's perfectly fine. Mewtwo can just easily shield it, and we can just easily go for a Shadow Ball. Mewtwo outpaces by a lot of turns right there. This will easily be enough to kill the Metagross, and all we need is a Side Strike. But you know what? I just want to give my opponent hope, and let's finish it off with Zacian. Dragon Claw takes us out right there, and we can just easily go for a Wild Charge, and that's a good game. So again, Sceptile does amazing damage in the Master League. In L50, it'll be even more dominating in my opinion when we get the Mega Edition Master League at the end of the season. Alright, hopping into the next match up against Sizzledoof, one of my good friends. Zacian into Togekiss, brilliant lead, because we do have Quick Attack and we do have Wild Charge. They're bringing a Mega Gengar in. That's perfectly fine. We can easily go for a Wild Charge. I'm hoping to shield her so Sceptile can do well endgame, but they let that go, and I basically have to swap in on Mewtwo, as because Sceptile with Bullet Seeds it's resisted, and it will take way more damage from Shadow Claw rather than them taking damage from the Bullet Seeds. We shield up a Shadow Ball, and we farm down, and we do have a ton of energy right now, and we basically throw on good timing right there. Can we get the 3 Side Strikes? Side Strike number 1 does a lot of damage, and can we get to the second one, which you do. Side Strike number 2 will get the shield, and can we get to Side Strike number 3? Yes, we can. This will basically do a lot. This will basically take it out or get the shield. It does get the shield. That's perfectly fine, and we just easily go back into Zacian right here, because Sceptile with a Frenzy Plant Dragon Claw moveset gets absolutely walled by Fairy and Flying types. Togekiss goes for a Ancient Power, and we try to farm down, and they bring in a Shadow Arcanine, low battery warning right there, and I was thinking that, oh no, did the notification just cost me many turns right there. Bullet Seed's a very sparing move. Sceptile has to shield this move whatsoever. Goes for a Psychic Fang, so I'll basically take us out. But you know what, this is a Sceptile showcase, might as well feature it. Goes for a Dragon Claw that basically one-shots it, and we're able to start the turn on 1 HP, and the Bullet Seed goes through. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Zacian versus Mamoswine. A really good lead, because we do have access to close combat. This is why Zacian is so good, is because close combat hits steals super effective, as usual Fairy types are usually weak against. But they catch under their Mega Charizard X. That's perfectly fine, because Wild Charge will be resisted, and that does a ton of damage right there. We can just easily go for another close combat right there to get a shield, and we can just easily swap into our Mewtwo. As basically Sceptile will get absolutely deleted by Dragon Breaths whatsoever. Mewtwo keeps farming up. We do decide to shield a Dragon Claw, which I thought was a Blast Burn. I'm not really too good on my Dragon Breath count, so that's that. They let their Charizard go down. That's perfectly fine, and they bring in their Mamoswine, which it was on CMP. This will basically one-shot the Mamoswine if they decide to let it go, which they do. And what's in the back? It's a Garchomp in the back. That's perfectly fine. And can we farm up to more? We're able to get to a Side Strike in time, throwing our basically on good timing. And can we get to one more Side Strike? No, we can't. And we bring in our Sceptile, and we do decide to let this go because they don't have enough for the outrage and it is carrying Dragon Tail, so I carry outrage. And I actually made a mistake. I actually over tapped a bit, and we went down with the move. So that's not unfortunate. But we still do have our Zacian alive with a little bit of health. They go for a Santium, and can we farm down in time? Yes, we can. Zacian able to take the win right there, and that is a good game. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Zacian on our Metagross, terrible lead, and we basically had to swap into our Mewtwo, as we do have Shadow Ball on our Mewtwo. They swap, and they cast it on their Lugia, which is completely fine by me. It will do over half damage. Lugia is very tanky, so it will basically take 2 Shadow Balls to basically knock out a Lugia. Going for another Shadow Ball on good timing right there. Mewtwo goes for a Shadow Ball right there, and that would basically get a shield right there. As I said earlier, Mega Sceptile with shield advantage, energy advantage, and shields down the opponent, shields down from the opponent's side can absolutely go to town. I will promise you that. It is a true glass cannon though, so you definitely need shields for this thing for sure. And can we get to another Shadow Ball in time? But to decide to throw the energy right there, so that's perfectly fine, as we basically do have our Zacian alive. Zacian has a very comfortable matchup against Lugia because Quick Attack does solid neutral damage. Even though Snarl wouldn't have been preferred in this matchup, Quick Attack is still fine. We can just easily overcome a lot and go for back-to-back wall charges. Will they shield this up or let this go? They do decide to let that go. That's perfectly fine. And they bring in their Metagross. This close combo would do a ton of damage right there. And let's see what's in the bag. It's a Mega Altaria in the bag, and that's practically a good game because Metagross has to move right there, and Sceptile has no coverage against Mega Altaria, as basically Dragon Claw's resisted because the Dragon Fairy typing, and this Frenzy Blend would do a ton of damage, as basically Sceptile hits very hard in the Master League. And in my opinion, it would be solid in the Mega Edition Master League where Mega Swampert would be around. And it's a great Mega Gyarados counter because in the interlude season, we saw a lot of Mega Gyarados, so it's a very solid option. But those Dragon Breaths will definitely chunk. Even non-stab Dragon Breaths do a lot to Sceptile right there. But unfortunately, we lose CMP there to Zacian, and we're able to take the loss right there. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Zacian on our Mewtwo. Decent lead right there. Decent lead, as long as we can just easily take out the Mewtwo and let our Sceptile basically sweep. What we can do is go for a Wild Charge, and hoping we can go for another Wild Charge before they get to the Side Strike, which is highly unlikely because they do get to it right about there, which they do. We're able to forward to CMP tie right there, and do we shield this? No, we actually let that go, and we can actually bring in our Sceptile, and Sceptile gaining a lot of energy right now. Sceptile generates energy really quickly with the Bullet Seeds. I wish we do have a Fury Cutter right here, and they go for an Ice Beam right there. Oh my god. Ice Beam will basically one-shot our Sceptile, as again, Grass Dragon type that Sceptile has is the double weakness to Ice types, so really good shield on my part. And they bring in a Metagross in. That's perfectly fine. Opponent brings in the Metagross in, and those Frenzy Plants do over half of Metagross health, considering it's a Steel type and it's a Grass move, Steel versus Grass, and Sceptile is able to hit Steel Sphere so hard that we're able to farm down on our Mewtwo. That's fine, and we just easily go for a Side Strike, and we can just easily go for a Side Strike right there, and we can just easily overwhelm a bit, and they bring in an Excadrill. We don't need to go for a Shadow Ball right there. 2 Side Strikes will be enough. Excadrill is really frail, and we can just easily go for one more Side Strike, and this will basically take out the Excadrill. And all we need to do is go for one more Side Strike, but they actually throw a move right here, which is the Ice Beam, which won't kill. You know what? Let's open the Sceptile and let's go for a Frenzy Plant to end the game right there. So GG's to my opponent right there. Sceptile closing the game strong. Alright, hopping into the last match of the video, we have Zacian onto another Mega Charizard X. Pretty decently right there with the Quick Attacks right there. Quick Attacks is still doing a lot of damage for sure. But we cannot go for a Wild Charge right here, as we can just easily go for close combat, as it will do over half. Because Mega Charizard X is not the tankiest, and this would do basically a lot of damage. Zacian goes for close combat, 8 lands, going for another close combo. We'll just get the shield or take out the Charizard with Xiao Shi, and they bring in their Lugia, and that's perfectly fine, as we can just easily throw it on 5 on the CMP of their Sky Attack right there. Zacian able to do half with its Wild Charge to the Lugia, and we can just easily let this go, and we can just easily bring in our Mewtwo, as Sceptile has no play against Lugia. Frenzy Punch is resisted, and Dragon Claw won't do a lot, even if Sceptile has a high attack stat, because Sceptile is basically all attack. Mewtwo goes for a Shadow Ball right there, and they bring back in their Mega Charizard X right there. I'm thinking this is just a Dragon Claw, right? Yep, it is just a Dragon Claw right there, and we can just easily farm a bit more. Can we farm down in time? No, we can't, but I'm thinking we can just let this go and let our Sceptile roam free. They have a Metagross back, and that's perfectly fine. With a shield, I think Sceptile should easily can sweep right here. Mega Sceptile goes for a Frenzy Punch. It does over half. Like I said in the beginning, we basically have to shield this. Can Sceptile close his end game right here? We do have to go for a Dragon Claw bait right there, because I don't think we can make it 2 Frenzy Plants right here. We basically throw a Dragon Claw, throw one more Bullet Seed, but they're able to reach a move right there, and this will be taking out the Mega Sceptile, and that's basically a good game. So all in all, Mega Sceptile in the Master League. To be honest, I was really impressed by it. The fact that with the Bullet Seed spam and its hard attack stat, it's able to hit everything for half. Even when resisted, it does like over half with the Frenzy Plants. Because Frenzy Plant is overall a really good move. So overall, in my opinion, I think it's a solid contender. It's very good in its class, the #1 grass type, and I believe the #1 dragon type attacker for raids. And Niantic did a good job of releasing it, and I really like this Pokemon. It has to be one of my favorites for sure. So in the Mega Edition for the Master League, do I think it's worth it? I think yes. If you get a shield advantage and energy advantage, and take down shields from the opponent's side, as I believe there will be a lot of Mega Swamperts out there. By the way, Mega Swamperts number one in the Master League edition for the Megas. So yeah, I think it's a solid Mega Gyarados counter if you have the right timing and moves, because this thing cannot take a hit at all, and it's a really good Swampert counter. So Mega Sceptile might make a return on the channel when that comes around. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you guys all on the next one.